pals, Catherine Beeks here with Listen Local Radio, and we're starting up Half-Assed TV again. And I'm super happy to introduce you to my first guest of the season. This is Eric Goforth, and Eric is a pilot. You're actually an instructor out here in Ramona, an IT guy, retired, and now obviously a music lover because now he is the man behind Ramona Radio. So I wanted to just get information about Ramona Radio to share with my listeners. So can you tell me all about it?
I appreciate it. Yeah, so Ramona Radio was started as a result of, I'm a small business owner. I own the Flight Training Center here in Ramona, and my ability to reach out to my community and you know, let people know that we have a service here. And so in my pursuit of looking for advertising and marketing for the company, I realized like there's a kind of a vacuum here.
Yeah.
On the big radio markets. You know, we're kind of, yeah, I mean, we're just not really targeted well.
Right.
You know, you can go to the big radio stations, but you know, they're all of San Diego, but it really doesn't speak to our community.
Right.
And so my hope was that we can get a radio station going here in Ramona. And so I kind of started looking into it. I was a former software IT guy, so I was able to write the software and put the stuff together, and the hope is that our small businesses, and we have to have a radio station people like to listen to,
sure.
Right? So we had to go out and get our licensing and everything to make it a above board station.
Yeah.
And hopefully get our community listening to our local radio station. That would give our businesses a local outlet and a local venue to market to their community.
Right.
And then I was chatting with somebody recently, and they said, you know, it'd be great as if we had local music. And I just fell in love with the idea.
Yeah.
Just head over heels for the idea. So through connections in the area, I started meeting and greeting, and I'm happy to say that we've been pretty lucky and embraced by the local music community. And
were you amazed at how incredibly rich our scene is here in Ramona?
It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always known that we've had a pretty rich music scene.
Yeah.
But when I started looking into the support of the local musicians, you could see a show every day.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. What I thought was big was a fraction of what is actually out there.
Right.
And so as I got to meet more of the musicians and meet more of the artists locally,
yeah.
I'm like, the list is huge.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
So when did you actually launch? Just fairly recently?
As of here, near the end of May, we're probably about 2 or 3 weeks into the development and getting everything going. So we're not even a month in.
Right.
And that's.
And how does it work? So it's online. People can listen.
Yeah. So it is strictly a streaming platform at the moment.
Okay.
But I do know that we have to make it accessible to as many people as we can. So we can take that stream and port it out to all kinds of stuff. So we're already integrated into Alexa. Google Home will come out hopefully in the next day or two. Software should be ready.
Yeah.
Almost any of the online streaming services can pick up our station. And of course, you can just go to Ramona Radio and hit the listen now and listen.
So easy.
So super, super simple.
Yeah. And you're not a radio guy. You've never had experience in the broadcasting world before?
No.
So
Nope. I've met a few at a mixer once, and that's the extent of my.
So
that's
you're just learning as you go along.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You know, I mean, we've all grown up listening to the radio, so you listen to what sounds good. And,
but as far as all of the licenses you had to get and all of that, I mean, that's a big investment, Eric. And was it hard?
It wasn't hard. It's a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but you know, I just wanted to do it right.
Yeah.
You know, I want to do it right. I don't want to come back later and have somebody say, oh, you can't. I hate being told I can't.
Yeah.
So as long as I can, I want to do it. So yeah, so we've reached out to a number of the licensing entities and have acquired or in the process of getting the licenses acquired.
Great.
And so, yeah.
And it's kind of open. We invited San Diego County musicians to submit. What is that submission process like, and how do folks?
Right now, it just needs your consent.
Yeah.
So we've set up a digital consent form. You go to our website, ramonaradio.com, scroll to the bottom. It says local music consent, I think is actually what it's labeled as on the website. You click it, give me the details, sign it, and I'll go scout your music. And
that's
maybe
it. My favorite
Super
part.
Simple.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the process because I was really surprised at what you chose. of mine. It's probably not things I would have submitted. And that's, as an artist, it's really eye-opening and super cool to just give your consent, and then you go scour around and find what you like and add what you like. Because I know you have a specific genre. You're calling it backyard barbecue, kind of vibe, very upbeat, Americana.
All that, yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's not all country.
Right.
You know, we've got, you know, I've got some, you know, AC/DC and some Skinner in there, and
Yeah.
I've got, you know, so I like it when we get like, you know, we had Ash Easton submit lately. She's just a rocker,
Right.
you know, and I love her rock vibe.
Yeah.
So as long as you're just listening to the music and having fun,
Yeah.
and that's really it. So
Yeah.
generally Americana,
Yeah.
but you know, imagine sitting in the backyard with your friends and you turn on a cool playlist,
Love it.
and it's just kind of a little bit of everything. But
So RamonaRadio.com, scroll to the bottom, there's the consent form. And as a musician, you just fill that out, and then you'll hear back if your music is submitted, or how does that work?
Yeah. So I'll go on to the major, you know, platforms, Spotify and what have you,
Yeah.
and go listen to the music and get some input from you know, a couple of our friends, and once we kind of pick 2 or 3, sometimes 4. You guys have such amazing albums. There's some great music out there. So
Nice.
we'll kind of pick it out. We'll pull it down. We'll encode it. We'll get it ready for the radio station, and then we'll usually let you know. We do. We send out and say, hey, look, we've selected this.
Right.
I appreciate it.
And it's tracked, so we get BMI, ASCAP, performing rights credit, wherever we may be signed up with. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful.
So, and then what's even more fun is I kind of threw a plug out there and I want the artists to introduce their own music, which is fun.
Yeah.
So
that's what I do on my show. I love it. It just lets you
so-
connect with the artist a little bit before you hear their song. And then tell me how you're working with local businesses to get this stream in their stores.
So what we're planning to do right now, and we haven't really started to, because we have a few more things, some software stuff that we have to get finished up here probably in the next week or so. But generally speaking, I built this for our merchants. I mean, I'm really merchant focused in how we do this. And so I want to offer the station up to our merchants at really no cost. So, you know, if they can get me a good radio quality spot, get it to me, and we'll put it in the rotation.
Awesome.
We'll have to, you know, this is going to be one of those things we'll have to kind of see the you know, how much demand there is and whether it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, before we start getting selective.
But that's free radio advertising. I mean, all they have to do is pay to get a spot made. I know John Haas is offering that at his studio. I'm sure Ashley can, I can. And, we can help businesses with those too.
And all I ask in return is that you play the music for your customers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fantastic.
So if you'll play the music for your customers, we'll give you some airtime for free. Our businesses obviously, you know, don't want a store full. I mean, they don't want a store full of commercials. So what we do provide for our merchants is a private link.
That's right.
That allows them to play it in their stores for their customers without commercials.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then is the free radio advertising promotion just for Ramona businesses?
No, I think it's, you know, I'm generally looking at our upper mountain communities, you know, the kind of the underserved communities. And that's what I'm looking for, you know, Julian, Wynola, you know, maybe a couple in Poway or something like that, Escondido, but really kind of these underserved markets, these small business owners who don't really have an outlet, you know, to get their word out to their customers.
Eric, that is so great.
Oh, thank you.
So how are you going to make money to compensate for all this time and energy and effort and love and money that you put into it?
You know, I'm looking at this as a kind of an indirect return.
Okay.
Again, you know, I started this whole thing was to get my business marketing and
the flight school.
Yeah, the flight training center. Yeah. So, you know, I'm looking at this kind of a round robin return.
Okay.
You know, and kind of bring it back around. I mean, like any business, you're going to have to stop and assess the situation from time to time. But you know, ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, I'm pretty successful, and we're having a lot of fun here, and flying is what I like to do. So I'm not really too concerned about the radio at this point. I just want to serve the community, and I think it's just a, you know, kind of a volunteer-esque thing. Right. You know, I would appreciate it if it covered its own costs. Sure. But for now, I'm not worried about any of that. I think from now until at least the end of the year, we can kind of, at the end of the year, we'll go back, we'll look at it, we'll see what's happening. The adoption of the community.
5 years, where do you see the station?
oh, I'd love to be driving down the street and hear it coming out of everybody's backyard.
Yeah.
I just really would.
Yeah.
I want to, I would love for people to know that they can tune into Ramona Radio and get updates on upcoming events and concerts, and our local merchants can engage and do giveaways. And I would really, really love to see it be the primary audio, music station for our community.
Right.
And so, and obviously, not everybody's genre is going to always work. So, there's a cap to that, but I've already had suggestions, and I'm okay with also adding an alternative
I know, I love that
and,
idea.
a classic rock feed or
Right.
something along those lines,
Absolutely.
and let people kind of select that kind of stuff. So not get locked up in a specific genre.
Yeah.
I think we're doing pretty good at capturing the majority, but not all.
Yeah.
So that's what I really would like to see,
So tell me about your flight training center here.
So this is another one of those accidental businesses that I started that exploded. I left an IT career, I guess, going on 8 years now, 9 years ago, and decided to chase my childhood dream to fly every day.
Okay.
And so went through my ratings and became a flight instructor, and found out that nobody was serving our market. And so all the flight instructors were going down the hill. They're going to the major, down the hill, and I was told a number of times that this we couldn't do it. I mean, there's just not enough market. There's not enough market. And as I mentioned earlier, I hate being told I can't do something. So, so we poured a lot of love and energy into this from our local pilots, and we built the Ramona Flight Training Center. And we were able to do, near as I can tell, 35 years, nobody's been able to launch a real definitive comprehensive flight training program.
Right.
And now in the last, I think we're coming up on 2 years, we've put almost 300 people through the program. And
wow.
We have 15 flight instructors that operate out of here. And,
incredible.
And a fleet of, we're up to 8 aircraft. So,
Neat.
so that's what we do. So those that want to get their pilot's license, either for recreation or a good portion of our clients are people who are career bound.
Okay.
And so we start them off at day one and take them all the way up through the commercial pilot rating.
Super
And
cool.
then help get them out into the aviation work world. So
up and away.
Yeah, and we do a lot of community events as well. So a lot of the stuff that we provide is free of charge.
Yeah.
For the people that work, that train out of our, we do barbecues. We convert one of the hangars into a theater during the summer and do movie nights.
Oh, fun.
So, and then we have a bi-weekly student study groups where people come and get free ground school and free training.
Yeah.
So,
who is doing your social media and your graphics and everything? I thought so, and I'm
That's
so
me.
impressed. I mean, obviously, you're an IT guy. You know your way around.
Yeah.
But you're just all of the blurbs that you put up about your featured artists are just really well written, very engaging. Yeah, you're super great. Are you planning on ever hiring a team to help you if people are interested in maybe volunteering or?
Oh, well, I love volunteers. If somebody says, I want to do something cool for my community, I'm like, do it. Like even the Flight Training Center, I mean, almost all, so much of what we've been able to pull off is people who just want to share aviation with somebody else.
Right.
And so go.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, by all means, if anybody says, you know what, I'd really love to help out and I would love to do this, I'm completely open.
Okay.
I'm not,
I love that.
I'm quite honestly, I'm not a really big fan of being in the spotlight. So if somebody else wants to be it, that's fine. Go do it. But
you're doing an amazing job. I know that when you talked to the crowd up there and Julian at our last RMA mixer, you were just great. Your message is great, and how you get it out there is great. And the service that you've provided is so wonderful. And on behalf of the musicians everywhere,
oh, that means a lot to me. That really, really means a lot to me, because that's fun.
RamonaRadio.com. You can go there and click play and listen right now. You can request songs. You can see what was just played, and you can submit your music for potential play on the station. You can also get information about submitting an ad and having your business advertised for free on radio, which is unheard of. And so, all because of this man.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you asking me and giving me an opportunity to talk a little bit about it. So cool. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me to be able to do that for the community too, which is really fun.
Well, we look forward to watching the station grow, and we're going to spread the word about how awesome it is and how awesome you are.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Eric.
I appreciate your time. Thank
All
you.
right, everybody, thank you so much. Listen Local Radio, Half-Assed TV, we are out.